Namaskaram everyone. I hope all of you are having a good day. So today we'll be doing live with this puzzle. So as all of you already know, this is Rubik's Cube. A very interesting fact about Rubik's Cube is that it has 4 quadrillion unique patterns. So there is a chance that every single time you make a pattern out of it, you are actually creating a pattern that nobody has ever created. In contrast to this, our creation is much more complicated, and that is the point that I want to get through you or get to you. So just like life, before you were born you didn't know anything, you don't remember anything, and probably after your death you wouldn't remember anything either. So before your birth, this you were kind of like this, in complete harmony, completely arranged, every single color. You were assimilated or dissolved into the Brahman, according to Hindu philosophy. But then something happened, chaos happened. So basically, chaos is this jumbling of your fate and your destiny, your parents meeting in scientific terms. Then you raised with billions of sperms, and then it was you, a unique being out of, if we take the example of this Rubik's Cube, out of a combination of 4 quadrillion, you were born, which is quite a feat if you ask me. So yeah, so this is a jumbled Rubik's Cube. So just like this, you were born. Um, uh, Let me get this idea through you. If this small cube holds such magnanimous amount of numbers and possibilities, your birth and the existence of this creation is too fantastic to be ignored. Anyways, let's move on. So I don't know if you know this, but the center of the Rubik's Cube never changes. Exactly like that, what you are will never change. Circumstances around you might, but what your soul is, what you are, will never change. So let us start solving the cube with a white side, because it is already it already has a symbol. Don't worry, it's not from China. It's from a company called Cubicle, uh, which is an Indian company. So first of all, to solve a Rubik's cube, you got to solve one face of it. And to start with the face, you will have to solve the four, um, what do you call them, the bridge, the cross that it has, and then later on you solve the corners. This is just exactly like life. You are there, then this 4 stripes that will form your cross is the pillar support, and once you are done with the pillar support, you sort out the corners in English literature is often considered as problems in your life. I'm cornered, I'm in a situation, I'm in a problem. So it's quite nice how philosophically correct it is. So let me solve. I'm not going to give you a tutorial on how to solve the Rubik's cube. You can find that online. I'm just here to give you an idea, a food for thought, if you will. So let's first solve the cross. Okay. Solving a Rubik's cube is not that difficult as people might think. It's quite easy, but you need to remember certain algorithms. Just like in life, you have to keep learning different areas of life, different sects of life to move on. Cool. Then we see that we have to solve the corners now. So we'll have to first align the colors which are matching to the colors of the center. Just like how in your life you would have to meet certain people of your mindset, or certain people who will guide you correctly on the correct path to solve your problems. Just like that. So let's get the corners done accordingly. And there is something very magical to this. I'll just show you in a second. Okay. Now you see that the white face is solved, but along with that, the first layer of colors is also solved. Just like in life, once you sort out the basic structure of your problem, the rest of the things just happen. You need to do the right things for the right things to happen. Now moving on, we have a layer wise approach to the Rubik's cube. Just like in life, you need to have um, a phase wise approach. Like when you move from your adolescence to your adulthood, there is a certain phase, there is a certain time. With time, you need to learn and improve upon yourself. So now what we have to do is to solve the second layer by color correcting all these edges. Okay. So again, there's a certain algorithm for that. I'll just give you a basic example. You first have to match the blue stripe, then you have to take this red to the red side. So yeah, you can look up the algorithm if you want. I'll just do it quickly. See, now the blue and red are aligned. So in this manner, one rule is that you don't have to mess with the yellow side. You cannot bring the yellow side down. That is also quite philosophical. I'll just get back to it in a minute. Let me just complete the edges of the second layer. Okay, now only one color remains, that is red and green. We'll just fix that quickly. Cool. So now what we see is that the second layer is also complete, and even though I'm twisting and turning a lot of things, the white color, our base, doesn't change. Just in life, never forget your foundations, because that is what has made you. So okay, we have an interesting scenario here. Normally we would have to create a yellow cross upwards. Now how I see it is that the white color or your foundation is the base of your life, and then the opposite side are your problems. You first focus on the foundation, on yourself, then once you're stable enough, you go look out for the problems that you have and fix them. So yeah, that is also quite interesting when you have this kind of approach to a simple thing like Rubik's Cube. So actually we already have the yellow cross, so we will just move on to connecting these colors to the centers. So for example, if we already have the orange and the green color matched, now we'll just have to coordinate the blue and the red centers. So again, there's a certain algorithm for it, you can look it up. I'm not going to repeat it many times. So yeah, let's just fix that. Cool. So now we see that all the colors and their centers are matched. Okay, so now what comes is you have to complete the last layer. That is, if you look at from a perspective of life, you have to sort out your problems. Once you have sorted out your problems, the whole mess makes sense. I wouldn't even call it a mess, to be honest. Just the dilemma you have in your life about many things, they just come through. They will go away if you think correctly, if you think sensibly. So for that, we actually have one nice example. So we already have this matched up. See, the blue with blue, the red with red, and the yellow corner is already there. So from now on, we have to make sure that every single color combination of the corners are equally matched. So let me just see. Now we need the blue and the orange on this side. So we'll have to do again a certain algorithm. Okay, we have moved it. No, not quite it. Once again. Oh wow, will you look at that? This doesn't usually happen. Actually, it's quite my luck that the Rubik's Cube is already solved. What you have to do is you have to you have to repeat a certain algorithm to get the corners matched correctly. Yeah, but anyways, my message through this was, if a very simple thing like a Rubik's Cube could have such complexity in it, you could actually approach it with such a philosophical view and explore many ideas. Your life is very vast. Life is extremely complicated. I wouldn't use the word complicated, but it has its intricacies. You need to explore them. You need to explore them thoroughly in order to make sense of what is going right or what is going wrong, or even if right or wrong exists, it's just your perception. So yeah, that was Puzzles with Life. My name is Nikhil, and all the best. Let me know how did you feel about this video.